What was I thinking? Because I lied. It's not 105 degrees. It's not. It's 106. Hello and welcome back to another Diamond Review. If you are new here, hi, I'm Jules and I'm an ex-personal trainer here to help you find exercise that you actually enjoy. I do this by providing my Diamond Review. If you like my videos, then be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of exciting things coming up with this channel, including but not limited to free classes, discounted memberships, giveaways, and more. But now, without wasting any of your time, let's get to the review. So I did a poll and asked some of our Instagram friends what the next Diamond Review should be, and the poll was overwhelming for another Denver class. And since I'm in my yoga era, we went to another yoga studio. This yoga studio is called Tula Yoga. If you don't care about my experience, I went to 2 classes, so just skip ahead, and I separated everything in this video in chapters. You can go over just what you want to know, whether it's cost, coaching, community, or convenience. Otherwise, we're going to start with my 2 classes, my initial thoughts right after class, and then we'll jump into our Diamond Review. I'm running late. Right now, get there 2 minutes ahead of the class, so I need to turn this off. Wish me luck.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Good. I'm Jules. I did a class pass.
Okay, great. Have you checked in if you would do just sign this waiver really quick? You've done hot yoga before?
Yes, just not here.
Okay. And I love the heart. So cute. Thank you. And then as you're here, just committing to staying in the room, taking breaks as you need on the mat.
Once I signed the waiver, I signed into class by writing my name on a sign-in sheet. Then I took off my shoes and placed them with my bag and my phone in the cubbies that are along the back wall. The studio doors are locked before class begins for your safety and the safety of your belongings, and there's a strict no phone policy in the studio, so as much as I'd love to show you how much I struggled in this hot yoga, I can't. I just like to follow the rules.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. You did amazing in there.
Oh, sweet Lord. Okay, last yoga was lukewarm yoga. This yoga was hot yoga. This car is probably hotter than it feels, but right now it feels cool because the room got to the peak heat moment was 104 degrees. We started the room, I don't know what the room started at. It was still warm. It was hot. Thank goodness. You need to bring your own mat, I believe. They have blocks. I'll call. No! Let me go! No! Fuck. Well, that is rather unfortunate.
Successfully paired.
Yeah, so this one was actually hot yoga. There were probably maybe like 18 to 22 people. Our yoga instructor, my yoga instructor today, her name was Justina. She teaches only at this studio, and she was phenomenal. There was no music. It was all vocal led and breath led. I definitely did not know what I was doing sometimes because she would say, we're going into this, and I didn't know what that was. This feels nice. But I will say, I mean, I tracked it as yoga on my Apple Watch, and for me in this 60-minute class, I burned the same amount of calories-ish as one Barry's bootcamp class. Either I tried really hard in this, or I didn't try as hard at Barry's, or maybe I'm just in my yoga era. All right, I have a meeting in 15 minutes. I have to drive home. That's going to be just my initial thoughts right now. The other thing was, it was exceptionally clean. The studio is rather small, but you have 2 sides. It's a rectangle. I was hoping that would make more of a rectangle, but it doesn't. It was a rectangle, and 2 sides have mirrors. And for how much people sweat, there was no. The mirrors were spotless. Love, light, respect. I gotta go. $7:48. My second class, 90-minute hot yoga. The room is 105 degrees. I'm nervous because I know that I'm not adequately hydrated. But it's 8 a.m. How am I supposed to hydrate between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. without having to pee like the entire time? So I'm just a little nervous, but I'm gonna go in. I'm 11 minutes early once again, and I think I just need to get started. What was I thinking? I honestly want to say I made a mistake. That was hard 90 minutes. The last time I truly did a night with no break. 90 minutes. There actually was a point when I was so hot because I lied. It's not 105 degrees. It's not. It's 106. And there was a point that I was so hot and so convinced that I was gonna die of heat stroke that I told myself, I'm just gonna have to keep going and I might pass away. Which is why in my rut episode, I talked about how I'm going through all my stuff and getting rid of stuff that I don't want to leave behind if I just like accidentally die. And this I think would be my accidental, but I didn't die. So I got through it. But like this towel, it's 17 pounds of my sweat. I should have brought my full beach towel, which I'm now sitting on so I don't completely ruin my seats. But I'm disgusting. I soaked through my clothes. If the yoga instructor wasn't so damn nice, such a sweetheart, I don't think I would come back. But I would come back because I liked the way she taught. I did like it. I would come back to more 60-minute classes, but this 90-minute, this was rough. I did want to cry, and I wanted to yell. But I had no energy to do either. Okay, I'm going to blast the AC and I'm going home. And then we'll get to the 4Cs. Okay, so we need to start with cost. My sanity? Okay, no. Let's actually do it. Let's start with, you already know, cost. If you want to try this studio without purchasing anything, you can, one, use my ClassPass referral link. I'll put it in the description of the video. There is an expiration date on this link, so it might not be available the entire time, but it is available right now. This isn't doing anything for me. It's literally just a referral link that I have for a short amount of time that I want to give you so that you can take these classes for free. You can also download it if you're not in Denver. Let's move on. Like many of the other places that we review, they offer class packs. The class packs are sold as little as 5 packs to 20. The 5 class pack is $115, and right now the 20 class pack is $380. You can get a little bit of a discount if you do a 1-month unlimited or an auto renew plan. If you are a new client to Tula, then you have new client specials. You can do 1 month of unlimited classes for $90 as a new client, or you can do 1 week for $28 as a new client, again with unlimited classes. I think that's actually pretty fantastic that they give you 2 options. If you don't want a membership and you don't want to do a class pack and you don't want to do it for free with ClassPass, or the link is no longer active, then you can do a drop-in, which is $28. But at that point, I would just do the 1 week new client special for $28, and then you can at least go like a couple times within the week rather than just a 1. Coaching. As of right now, there are 6 coaches teaching at Tula. I only went to 1 instructor, so take this with a grain of salt. Justina was fantastic. What kind of threw me for a loop when I first walked in and was taking my first class was that there wasn't any music to practice to. And I noticed at my second class that there was kind of like a muffly, low, almost white noise kind of sound that was played at the beginning of the class. But I don't know if either I just stopped hearing it or it stopped playing. I was also fighting for my life, class 2. So I really wasn't paying attention to the music, but there wasn't any music. There really virtually wasn't any sound other than the white noise and then the breathing of the students in the class. There was a beautiful focus on proper form and proper alignment. Alignment was our keyword. What I really respected was that it was always about finding your alignment first before progressing your pose. You had options to progress. You always had options to take a moment, digress, have some time to just like gather your thoughts on your mat, because it is a very hot room and you're exerting a lot of energy. There's a lot of focus going into this. I was pleasantly surprised after the first class, but as you could see, after the second one, I was just like fighting for my life. It was just a struggle. Last thing that I do want to mention that I loved for the coaching was that it was strictly, well, maybe not like totally strictly, but there wasn't any like mumbo jumbo, oh, your body's amazing, you're here and everything's wonderful and fantastic and just breathe in the beauty that is this life and the moment that is. No, none of that. None of that. which was good because with the amount that I was struggling, no, I just need you to tell me what to do. I don't need the love and light stuff right now. I just need to know what I need to move next because my brain is not able to do anything else. So I think there's a time and a place, and there are also different styles of instructors, and maybe that was just my instructor who wasn't like love and light guru, but I liked it. She does still offer positive reinforcement as far as like looking around the room, and she's like, everybody's poses around the room look great, alignment looks great, and then she would just cue different corrections to the general class, which I also respect because then it cues to you to like double check, okay, am I activating my glutes? Am I engaging my core? Am I releasing my tension in my shoulders? But it's not necessarily like, you're messing up. Fix it, you know, because nobody likes to be called out, right? I think that's it for coaching. We continue with convenience. Location and parking, let's start with that. So they have a parking lot behind their studio, and it's accessible from Corona Street. On their website, in all caps, they do say, do not park in the Downing Street garage lot. You will be towed. They have mats and blocks that are available. If you're working a 9 to 5, then don't worry. They do offer classes all day long. Their earliest classes start at 6 a.m. and their latest classes are 6 p.m. So you do have some pretty good options throughout the day to find a time to add this into your schedule. They also offer classes Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What am I thinking? They offer classes every day of the week. If you don't bring a towel for your yoga mat, I warned you, you're gonna need it. But if you're like, no, Jules, I don't sweat, you will. And don't worry, because they will have you covered. They have towels, mats, yoga blocks, and showers after, so you can rinse off if you like. I believe there is only 1 or 2 showers. So don't expect like a spa, but if you need to rinse off and you have somewhere to be, they have a shower. The fourth C, community. It's not gonna be your social environment that I find at like Barry's. But everyone was kind. The people that were in the class were taking it very seriously. And I mean that in a good way. You weren't gonna be talking during this class like you may have chit-chatted with your friends at other classes or places that we reviewed. This was a much more independent style practice environment where you went in and like you were focused on yourself and your mat, but there were moments where like we were transitioning from Shavasana and just like laying down and then flipping over and getting back into a pose. And I was moving so slow. I was like, wow, I'm 95 years old. I'm 95. And I was probably one of the youngest, if not the youngest person there, but I was humbled by every single other person in the room because they were killing it. Looking around the room, I was just like, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. That's just like what I was thinking. At the end of class, they open the doors, they let the AC kind of kick on, and then people are allowed to kind of get up at their leisure, at least to the 2 classes that I went to because there wasn't anything directly after. As people were leaving, it was a quiet exit, which honestly was great because then you could just roll up your mat, wipe down your little spot, tiptoe out, and they also lay down towels so that you don't slip because it's so sweaty. I was a little intimidated just because like I'm not very good at this and I'm a pansy in the heat, we know this. So like I was a little nervous, but that was just me being me, and I think the community there was very kind and welcoming. If you're willing to try, I would go back. Not necessarily running back to the 90 minutes though. I believe that is it for my experience at Tula Yoga and the Diamond Review. If you're in Denver, be sure to check them out, especially if you are a yogi and love a good traditional practice and like to add in a little spice, like heat. Add in a little heat, add some spice. Anywho, thank you so much for coming with me. I'm glad we made it out alive. I'll see you for our next fitness review. Now we're gonna edit with these puppies. Does anyone use these? Do these actually work? I gotta go before I mess anything else up. Love you, bye.